Welcome to Suits and Stilettos podcast, a podcast that will deal with black love, black togetherness, black progression, and black people. I'm going to be going over certain topics, then I'm going to bring in a co-host or someone that I'm interviewing. Today I'm interviewing Haru Peacock, who's a trap violinist, and we're going to kick it that way. What's happening? Thank you for tuning in. Suits and Stilettos podcast. Suits and Stilettos podcast on Instagram. Suits and Stilettos on anything you need it on. So without further ado, I'm gonna talk about inclusion. Everybody always says that we need to water down our message in order to get in the room to create change. I don't agree with that because we can just build our own rooms. Like Tyler Perry said, how everybody's been saying, we can just start our own tables. We can build our own tables. We can build our own room. We did it before the civil rights movement and everything. When we were trying to get included, desegregate and all that stuff, we was just trying to be involved. But we was already involved in our own communities. We had you had towns like Rosewood in Florida that was a whole city, a whole town, I guess, ran by black people, black stores, black pharmacists, black doctors, black grocery store, all that, even black Wall Street, whole street just of us, just doing what we need to do to provide for everybody in the community. But soon as the whole civil rights movement, which is great and was needed, was done, I feel ever since that, all our mission and our goal is to be accepted into white society. We wasn't meant to be accepted in white society. We was meant to have our own society, our own culture. We're not a part of none of that. We should just go back to that. You got people like Jay-Z, who to me sold out to the NFL and getting his bag. That's cool. He do a lot of stuff. But how many people know that one of the first companies that he donated money to was a Trump supporting company, a company that advocated around their city that having dreadlocks was bad. So the company was paying for little boys to get haircuts, cut their dreads off. That's the wildest shit. Why would you support somebody that supports something like that? Everybody's even the Kanye wave. Yes, they do good, but you have to take a second look at what they do bad. You got people like Ben Carson who really did a whole lot of shit. But because he sold out in the last couple of years, nobody don't want to fuck with Ben Carson. But that doesn't negate his legacy. Maine did a lot. But as we all know, he's sold out right now. So I just think we need to get back to us. It's cool to get back to black. That should be a whole wave. Hashtag get back to black. Because this whole we need to fit in to get in the rooms to create change is stupid. We control everything. If you take all the black players from the NFL, there's no NFL. You take all the black players from the NBA, there's no NBA. So why the fuck do we let all these white men, all these people make decisions for us? We have our own colleges. We have neighborhoods. We got DC. We got Atlanta. You can just build your own shit up. Tyler Perry just proved that you could build your own shit up. You don't got to fit into studios. You can just go to the studio that support people that look like you. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. But when it comes to inclusion, I just do not agree that we need to fit into anybody's mold. We shouldn't have to water down our messages or anything to talk to anybody. That's not the case. It's not the civil rights. It's going to be a new civil rights movement. But this is definitely not civil rights. We need to get back to black. Black people, black love, black businesses. We need to get back to all of that. Because if we don't, whenever this race war shit kick off, we gonna be ass the fuck out. For real. There you go. Now here comes my favorite part of the Shoots and Stilettos. I'm going to be interviewing a talent, a creative, a person that I think has a dope ass talent and doing more for the community. Today I have Haru.Peacock here from the Trap Symphony to tell us all about himself and everything that he's doing and want to go.
What's going on, man? Thank you.
What's up, brother? What's up? Yo!
What's up?
So you have a talent that not that many people that I know, I don't even know nobody that play the violin but you. You have this talent of playing the violin. At what point did you woke up and be like, I'm just going to be a nigga playing the violin?
Man, to keep it 100 with you, it was like a happy accident. It was a blessing in disguise. I grew up hearing a lot of music on the record player, like Pop, Michael Jackson, stuff like that.
Beat It,
you know, Thriller. I always want to have a way to perform, so I want to do like electric guitar solos like Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, true.
The school I was at, they had guitar lessons. I was like, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen. They got
True.
free music lessons, so I said, hey, I'm going to sign up. I was young. I was in like first grade. They would only let the third graders take guitar. So it was like, you can take violin now. So I was, hey, give me to me. Like,
it was the violin and probably the drums or some shit.
So I stuck with the violin. I just ain't put it down.
So you've been playing the violin for how long?
About 18 years now.
18 years?
Sure.
Oh shit now.
Sure.
18 years playing the violin? Like, it take you like all over the place and all that shit too.
It's took me everywhere. It's took me here. I'm proud to be here. It's took me on tour in Italy, Spain, Canada, all
LA?
California.
LA? Like,
you know, so that's my favorite thing about music is the media in general is a gateway. Like the people you meet, the places you go, that's a bigger blessing than the actual music itself, you know?
True. So with like your talent, like what do you think how your talent impacts the neighborhood and the community that you grew up in?
I want to impact the community by showing them a different perspective of a black male. That's why, like, because playing the violin, I always saw, like, you know, other races, like white people, Asian people in suits and stuff, playing, like, Mozart symphony.
And the fucking, like, some orchestras and shit like that.
Yeah, and that's cool, you know, if you do that, respect. I did that shit, too. But
Opera.
I wanted to show, you know, what black males are capable of, especially, like, after the whole Trayvon Martin thing. A young black male in a hoodie is seen as a threat, especially with Mike Brown and stuff.
That's funny.
So,
that's what Pop Posh off.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I wanted to show, you know, exactly how we look. This is how I dress every day, but playing some classical shit because it's just different.
Bro, I see the way people look at you when you whip the violin out. Like, they niggas' faces just light the fuck up and be like, damn, that's some beautiful ass shit.
Thank you. You don't be expecting it, you know? And so that's what I want to highlight.
So what do the people from your neighborhood think about you playing the violin?
They always be surprised, you know, and people, like, I got asked, like, what type of banjo is that?
A banjo?
Yeah, you know.
They call that a banjo.
Somebody said that guitar solo was like that.
But you got the whole bow going back and forth with that, man.
So,
that's funny as fuck.
That's why I just want to give some exposure. Like, I like doing events at schools and stuff like that to show kids, like, you do other stuff.
So Haru loves the kids.
Hey, you know, I like to show people a different path because, like, you know, I always thought like sports and all that type of stuff was cooler, you know, rap. But I want to show them that like you can swag out whatever you do as long as you do it well and is passionate about it.
So you're a creative. I'm a creative. What do you think? What's the hardest thing about being a creative right now?
Right now or in general?
In general.
In general, I would say the hardest part about being a creative is mastering your craft. Because that takes a lot of self-discipline, a lot of hard nights, a lot of sleepless nights, you know, and you gotta take criticism. It's tough to hear that it sucks, but
yeah, it sucks.
But you learn it, you know, because like when I was a little kid, it sounded like some cat scratch. Now it don't because I put in the work and practice. Like it was this one song I tried to learn. I literally played until my fingers was bleeding because I could not practice. This is when I'm like a little kid.
You on that other shit, bro.
Yeah, this is when I was a little kid because it sounded awful, and I would go to class and my teacher would tell me it sounds awful. And the song, if you hear it, it's mostly right. It's like 1 or 2 notes I'm getting wrong. But when you get to that one part, he's like, no, it's not right. And it's not something you can take personal. You're not going to cry about it because it's not like I'm mad or I'm bad or something. Like, I don't suck. It's just the song has to be how the song sounds. It's a perfectionist type thing. And that's with all media.
So what's the name of your brand?
So, you know, it's Trap Symphony music. I like to mix it up. I like to show the contrast. One of my favorite artists, Tupac, always talk about the rose that came out of the concrete. So I like to show the discipline or the contrast between the beauty within the city. You know.
True. So like like being a creative, it's all about content. How do you find time to create content?
You gotta make time. You know. We got 24 hours in a day. How you gonna use them?
My last question, the second to last question. The second to last question is, where do you see your brand, your creativity in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I really want to start like a movement. Like I would want to work with artists around the city to put them on the show. Like it's not just something for me. It's something where we can whatever you do, like, hey, swag it out. It's cool. You ain't gotta just stay in that box that you're doing. I want to unite artists in the whole DC to like do acapella type stuff. You know, show something different. I want to show kids like, hey, whatever you're trying to do it well and put your heart into it and just pursue that. You know?
And my last question is, how do you stay motivated in a time where not only do they not want to see black men succeed, but they definitely ain't trying to see a nigga playing the violin.
Facts. With every dark night comes a brighter day, and that's in everything. Like,
nigga, that sound like something that need to be on a poster.
Hey.
Did you read that on a poster?
Nah, that's Pop, man. That's Pop.
Oh shit.
That's
why he that nigga.
Yeah, you know.
True. So lastly, I'm gonna have my man Haru show y'all what the hell that he do.
Thank you.
5, 4, 3, 2. Change? Shit. I guess change is good for any of us. Whatever it takes for any of y'all niggas to get up out the hood. Shit, I'm with you. I ain't mad at you. Got nothing but love for you. Do your thing, boy. Yeah. All the homies that I ain't talked to around, I'ma switch it out for y'all. You know what I mean? 'Cause I ain't mad at you. Heard y'all tearing up shit out there, kicking up dust, giving a motherfucker. Now we was once two niggas at the same time. Put to holla at a hoochie with the same line. You was just a little smaller, but you still won. Now that's the why I can't hit the hood squad. Remember when you had a steady curve in the white line. On the block with your Glock tripping off shirt. Collect calls to the tip saying how you changed. Or you gon' bust on that from a new day. You might be coming home, just got bad. Wanna go to the box and wanna chase a tail. It seems a lot for little homie, he's a chase man. When I talk about money, all you see is the struggle. When I tell you every line, to me it's true. Congratulations on the wedding. I hope your wife knows she got a place to life. And that's no bullshitting. I know you grew apart, you probably don't remember. I used to think for your sister, you never went to bed. And now you see us at the school, we falling on the first floor. Now the whole shit's changed. And we can think you got a big nice scheme. And you ain't even real. You in my heart, you got the same motherfucking bag. The fella talking about what you got a fucking bag. And I can't even trick, cause I'm just laughing at you. You trying hard to maintain and go ahead, cause I ain't mad at you, mad at you. Used to be like distant cousins, fighting, playing cousins on the neighborhood buzzing. No, that was Buzzy, used to catch us on the roof from behind the shit. I'm getting better and besides doing and grinding, wasn't nothing on our mind. In time, we learned to live like a crop. We'll grind us back to a time was much too young enough. I caught a friend and we loving the way it was. And even though you separated, you said that you bloody paid. And in the days, so full of pain when the weapons blade. Getting so high off that bomb, hoping we make it to the better days. And in time, you'll find a bomb, a place, you'll feel the fire from the.
God damn, bro. You done played the screen off this shit.
Hey, man. You already know.
Hey, bro, that's playing. Like, where I'm from, niggas ain't even play the guitar, let alone a fucking violin. Golly, bro, I appreciate you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
And that was another episode of Suits Stiletto Podcast. Follow my man's Haru.Peacock to keep up with him. Follow Suits and Stilettos to keep up with Suits and Stilettos.